belebotlottunk ebbe a garázsszerű étterem és múzeum épületbe, úgyhogy muszáj róla videót csinálni, magamnak is, és megmutatom nektek is. Gyertek, bemegyünk. Vannak ilyen memorabiliák, tehát ilyen régi alkatrészek, tárgyak, emlékek, minden. Még játék is van gyerekeknek, de mind régi, 50-70 évesek. Itt ugyanaz folytatódik. This is the gentleman owns the whole stuff. Sorry, your name, sir?
Scott.
Scott, I'm Frank.
Good to meet you. My dad's name, Frank.
Okay, very good. Can we start on this side? You can tell us what make, what model?
Okay, we've got a 1958 Visa Rocket Gold Star.
58. Right.
650.
650 cc.
650
How many
cc.
cylinders? Two?
Twin cylinder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, this is
Very commonly used as a police motorcycle here in
back
Australia.
in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
And how did you get it?
It belongs to a dear friend of mine. The three British bikes that are in here
and it's
belong
on
to
display,
Bob.
yeah.
It's just on display.
Excellent stuff.
Yep. So I'm not a big, not a lot of knowledge about the British bikes, but yeah, it's an A10 motor.
And it
was one of the last.
pristine.
It is, mate. Yeah.
I can tell in the dark.
Yeah. It's one of the last ones with the separate casting for the gearbox. They went an integral casting in the early 60s. Yeah. So
it's sort of like
yeah.
market.
That's no problem.
Even if it's 58.
Yeah.
And what's the car? Is
That's
it
a 1928 Model A4.
Model 8, yeah. What year, sorry, again?
28.
28.
Yeah, that was the first year.
1928-as Ford.
That was the first year of the A model after the T model. Yeah, T model ran till 27.
Yeah.
And then, but this one, the unique part about this, it's except for the roof, which fell apart in 2012. The car's totally original paint.
I can tell the semi-gloss bonnet there. Original paint.
Original paint.
Check from the two.
Those tyres were put on in 1950, so they're 75 years old.
Oh, right.
It's done 28,300 miles.
Is that all? Local car, you think?
Toowoomba car, yes.
Toowoomba-ba használták a kocsit, 75 éves, eredeti festék.
Sorry, I understand. Yeah, so it's all totally original. It belongs to a mate, it's not mine. It's here on display.
How long he had it for?
He's had it for 45 years this year.
Very good.
And the lady who owned it, who bought it new, he got it off her.
What a history.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So he knows exactly what it's done. It only did one trip out of Toowoomba. It went to just before World War II. She drove it to Redcliffe and back.
Oh, nincs sok kilométer a kocsiba, nagyon kevés kilométer, azért van minden eredeti. Egyedül a tető, a vászon tető lett lecserélve 2012-ben. A gumik is körülbelül 50 évesek, egyszer lettek cserélve. Very nice, very nice.
So if you get onto the storyboard, mate, it makes a good story for whoever's going to see your video.
Run down. So we can read it later. Yeah, majd elolvassuk később a leírást a kocsiról. And is this book belongs to the car? Or
No,
just
mate, it's a general
mechanics
mechanics lubrication book.
And this is the workshop manual, tehát a szerelő könyve abból az időből. Priceless.
Various makes and models in there. Yeah.
Well, back then probably didn't have that much selection of cars.
No, mate, no.
So you could use a book like this for a lot of them.
Exactly.
Different makes. Oh, I love this.
This is 1939. 39 Lincoln Zephyr.
Well, that was an upmarket.
Yeah, so that's Ford's luxury car.
Luxus kocsi volt régen ez, 39-es típus Lincoln. Yeah.
Ford did a V12 engine from 1931, roughly, to 1947, but it was only the Lincoln that got the V12 engine. So it has the V12 in it.
And is it a sort of a flat head?
Yeah, flat head.
Sideways?
Yeah, side belt, flat head, yeah.
Excellent stuff. I love those things. Amazing.
Amazing engineering.
I'd rather drive something like this than the new plastic cars. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
The irony of these two cars is there's only 10 years between them.
And look at the difference in the
there's
body
the
shape.
Yeah.
Miles apart.
Miles apart.
Yes, yes. This is space age.
Yeah, almost rocket design.
So csak 10 év különbség van a két autó között, és nézzétek meg a differenciát a karosszéria tervezésben. Ez olyan, mint a űrkorszak, épp arról beszélünk. And a real country utility.
Yeah, country. Yeah, it's a 1951 Bedford.
51
Which-
made in Australia, I guess.
No, made in England. They were assembled in England and shipped out. Yeah. It's the same body as the pre-war car. So we're at 1951 here. The only difference between this car and the pre-war car is this one has a 12.5 horsepower engine and the pre-war car was 10 horsepower. The bodies are identical. Because they were still no money after the war.
Today's terms, it's a laughable
Yes,
horsepower,
yeah,
but in big difference between 10 and
12.5.
12.5, yeah. So ez egy angol kocsi, végül is, Angliába készült, és hajón hozták ide ki. What year the car got airfare? Do you know? You got the record?
It was sold new here in Australia in
sold
1952, yeah.
Okay, so 1952-es.
And it was last registered, the man who owned it died in 1965 and then it was off the road and it's been off the road ever since.
Legutolsó regisztrálás 62-ben volt, és azóta valahol mindig garázsban van, azért van ilyen jó állapotban, nincs rozsda. Na ez pedig egy nagyon korai, úgy tippelem 60-as évekből egy ilyen elektromos diagnosztikai felszerelés. Két kábel rákötöttek a kocsira, bekapcsolták és mindenféle műszerek mutatták, hogy mi lehet a baj a kocsival. Mindjárt jön a férfi, megmutatja majd a harmadik kocsit, meg azokat előről is megnézzük. Itt van egy régi Texaco benzintank, pumpa. Régen itt leakasztották és pumpálták a benzint kézzel. Ez pedig a olaj. Itt lehetett olajat pumpálni, ilyen kis üvegekbe, igazi üvegekbe, nem műanyag. Ez megint csak egy diagnosztikai műszer. Úgyhogy ez gyönyörű, régi. Ez be is van kötve, hogy világítson, ez a benzintank. Ezek mind máma gyerekek, ezreket érnek. Ezt úgy tippelem, hogy 3-tól 5000 dollárig ér ez a tank. Tankstelle. Németül ugye, mit tudod, mit jelent? Benzinkupumpa. Ezek is mind, például ez egy cylinder head, tehát egy a motornak a felső. Jaj, de jó, ezt nézd meg! Erre rátettek egy szörfdeszkát, mintha lehetne ezzel menni szörfölni. Szuper! És itt van kis apróság, de nagyon fontos abból az időből, egy kis tálca. Ha elmentek egy McDonald's-szerű ilyen takeaway vagy kiszolgáló egységbe, akkor erre a tálcára tették ott a kávéspoharat, és ide pedig a burgert a tálcára, csak ezt innen ide kitették, ide kívülre. Ilyet se látni ma már. És nézzétek meg, ez egy eredeti festés, eredeti dukkózás, jó, hogy már mat, most poros is, de ez gyerekek teljes gyári, eredeti minden. Ilyet már nem csinálnak.
You're looking bored.
I like the front of this one, and I guess it's original paint as well.
It is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally original. That car. It's off the road in 1965 and hasn't been back on since.
Yeah, excellent, excellent.
But,
and I like, yep, go on. And I like the surfboard on the top.
Are you familiar with Grant Kenny, the Iron Man?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. His father used to build surfboards.
Right.
Hayden Kenny, and that's
Back in the day.
yeah, that's 1967. That one. Yep.
Excellent.
10 and a half
You
feet
have to
long.
get a split wheel combi and put that on the top of
Yeah,
that.
that's what I
And
need.
this bike, what's
1948 AJS, which is another British bike.
48
This is a 500cc single. Yeah.
And you own it?
No, mate, this is 1, 2, 3 British bikes belong to Madeira,
Oh,
mate.
the Harley, I just noticed that in the corner.
That's an Indian,
We'll go there.
mate.
We'll
An
go
Indian.
there in a minute.
Yeah, it's an Indian, not a Harley. No.
Indian, is
That's
it?
like saying
Oh,
Ford
that's
and
even
Holland.
rarer.
Yeah.
Even rarer. Yeah, I didn't see it in the dark.
Yeah, no. Well, too much else to look at.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, so it's a 1948 AJS. And
back to this.
back to the Lincoln.
I love this front.
Beautiful front. Yeah.
Ah, that's unbelievable.
And like 2 of those bars are the same.
Right.
Because you got a left side and a right side, so you
Yes.
got different angles, different lengths, different curves.
That's right. Yeah. And you're able to have a look at the engine. Yeah. And 12 cylinder, what cc?
Well, I'm not 100% sure which engine this is. Yeah, I can't get to the engine number because I need to get to the engine number. It's too difficult.
Look
And I
for
don't
5
partic-
litre at all?
The V12s range from 239 to 414 cubic inch.
Well, it looks big enough.
I suspect this one's about a 292. Yeah, given the year range of the models.
Imagine the evenness or those cylinders.
Oh,
Evens out.
naturally balanced, mate. Any six-cylinder configuration is naturally balanced.
And I love the
Generator.
generator on the top. Hey, easy to work on that.
It's no trouble at all, mate.
Yeah.
Big lever, crowbar, you got the belt.
Any
tension.
home mechanic can fix it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not a turbocharger. That's the heater.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Szóval 3 literes, 12 hengeres motor, és eredeti. You know, it has been done up, this one reconditioned?
It has.
or-
The car was restored in America.
Right.
Yeah.
So got it as it is.
As it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is excellent.
And
Beautiful.
it moved.
And you own this?
No, it belongs to a mate as well. No, it's not mine. My two are out the front, and then I've got another project car, a 38 Ford 5-window coupe, which is far from finished yet. But one day.
Let's have a look at the Indian.
Let's have a look at it.
Yes. And the last piece is a American legend, Indian motorcycle, which is 4 cylinder?
Two.
2 cylinder.
V20.
Okay.
V20.
Yeah.
1948. Last of the Springer front end Chiefs.
Right.
So you got the Springer front end as opposed to like on the AJS a telescopic 4. But
So 58-as 2 hengeres. And how many cylinders on this one?
just 2.
2 cylinders and cc?
1200.
1200, 1200-as motor. Do you aware of the horsepower, what this could make? Hard to tell.
I think it was about 40.
All right. Yeah.
40 horsepower.
40 lóerő. And I love the mudguards and the lights. They're like an art.
Oh, they are.
These are like an artwork and just never
Well, there was
goes out of fashion.
No. There was
That
a
is-
big, I was over in Las Vegas in 2002 and there was a display of motorcycle evolution at one of the casinos, and it was called The Art of the Motorcycle, and the poster boy for the event was the 48 Indian chief. There was only about 2,000 of them made.
2000-et csináltak belőle összesen, and probably just a half a dozen in Australia.
It's surprising, mate. There is a few more. Yeah, but when I got this back in 2000 and 2001, it was the only 48 chief registered in Queensland.
Right.
So there's not millions of them, that's for sure.
Ez az egyetlen egy van Queenslandban, Ausztrália szerte talán egy 10-20 annyit hoztak be Amerikából. But this got the whole lot, mirror, all the lights, and the mudguard, and the bone sailor guard, just amazing. And the chrome, like a jewelry, like a piece of jewelry, mint egy ékszer, úgy néz ki az egész. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your
pleasure,
time.
mate. My
It's
pleasure.
been my pleasure. Thank you so
Good
much.
on you, Frank. Thank you.
And we'll be back.
You'll be welcome.
You changing the stock regularly?
No, not really, mate. Not at the moment. Just through circumstances more than anything. It's the cars that are in here sort of need to stay.
Yeah.
And at the moment with Bob's bikes, Bob recently passed away on us only about a month ago. So I'm unsure what's happening with them. But I know he hasn't got room at his house to store them, so that's why they're here.
You got a really nice setup here, and it's a real museum.
Thank you.
And credit to you. Well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
much.
Good on you, Frank. Thank you.
Okay.